we're just now waking up. It's almost 8 a.m. and we slept at least 10 hours. But waking up, gonna make some oatmeal and some coffee and figure out what we're gonna do. A little bit chillier this morning, so pulling out the winter clothes. But I'm gonna pack up the tent, make some oatmeal and coffee. There's no javelinas out. Macy's hair looks crazy, apparently. Oh. Goodbye, little campground. You've been good to us. Coffee in the Stanley. Get the water boiling. Nice and warm. These are yours, by the way. Is that good for you?
Maybe just a dot. No. Oh, there's a hole.
Oh, crap. Get away from the wood. Okay. This one's yours as well, so tell me when.
There.
Nice. Okay, can you do those while I do this?
Oh, yeah.
Set that down. Oh yeah, that is a lot of coffee. Let's go, dude. Oh yes. Got our old routine going. Coffee's poured, oatmeal is ready, and we got a show on.
There's two little coyotes out here stalking, trying to get some food at the campground. Raker and I drove all the way up to the first visitor center to get data and eat breakfast and make coffee and stuff. And then we realized that we basically wanted to do stuff right back where we camped.
Well, because it's pretty foggy out here.
Yeah.
And so
we didn't want to go to the mountains today because it's really cloudy, and so we realized it was better to be down by the Rio Grande, which means we're going back to our campsite. So we're literally about to go park back on our campground and do a little nature trail and maybe another little hike out here, and then we'll send it all the way around the park to the Santa Elena, what is it, overlook canyon? Santa Elena Canyon?
Mm-hmm, something like that.
And do stuff over there in the afternoon. So that's our plan right now.
So the nature trail started and we're instantly in Florida, I think. It's just quite unique so far. Beautiful view from this nature trail, and we've noticed there's several of these little stations set up. There's one at the hot springs, and then two so far on this trail where someone set up some cool little stuff for pay, and you pay here. It says pay here, thank you, good please. So I'm wondering if they're German or something. Oh. Good please. Now found our third pay station as well. And then there's the Rio Grande, and right across from that is Mexico. So that's pretty sick. There's a better view for you.
Pretty easy entry, if you ask me.
Yeah, we also figured out that the horses that are in here grazing, the horses actually are not wild. They belong to cowboys in Mexico. And it's illegal, but they let their horses run into the park for better grazing. So, kind of a smart tactic. But it's apparently illegal, and the U.S. doesn't do anything about it, which is interesting. But then again, I don't really know what you would do. So we started down there. It's also where we camped last night. It's just right down there. There's the Rio Grande. There's Mexico just on the other side. Pretty legit. So here's the other side of the Rio Grande. Mexico's on that side now. So we're pretty much on a little tip of Texas. Also see some people right there. So I'm gonna assume those are Mexican citizens, which is kind of cool. Also, this little town down here, what's it called, Macy?
Boquillas?
It's called Boquillas. It's in Mexico, and you can actually, if you have your passport, go visit it, which is pretty cool. So you can come from Big Bend over to Boquillas. Check it out. We are now headed over to Boquillas Canyon, which is actually the crossing that goes into the little Mexican town of Boquillas. We're not sure if we can do the hike or not. There is a hike to do. It's maybe like 1.5 miles total and has some sort of canyon overlook, I believe. Could be totally wrong, but not sure. We don't have our passports with us, so we'll just play it by ear, but hoping to see some
Looks like it's on
views.
the U.S. side of the border.
I think it's probably on the U.S. side. We'll see shortly. So we're approaching the border, and there's this little cow out here grazing.
Oh, there's a baby.
Oh, and a baby? There's a few cows. Wow. They're just hanging out, having the time of their lives. Hanging out. Wild.
So crazy.
There's like a lot of people that just come in from Mexico and sell enchiladas and
No, empanadas.
no, and empanadas. The first guy, enchiladas and tamales.
It was enchiladas too?
Yes.
I think it was just empanadas. And...
Okay, well maybe I heard them wrong, but they have food. They have little souvenirs. They got everything, man.
Yeah.
They are targeting tourists. It's actually pretty cool. Making a quick little pit stop just past the Panther Junction Visitor Center. Getting some gas out here. Some pretty views and just a small little gas station. Pretty cool. We have about a 1-hour drive to Santa Elena. Some nice desert that we're driving through right now. We're gonna go see a different part of the Rio Grande down there and maybe have lunch at the overlook. We just turned on to the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive and we have about 40 plus more minutes until we get out to Santa Elena.
Getting passed.
Getting dusted by an EV. We are at the parking lot, the trailhead of Santa Elena Canyon, and we're about to have some lunch. Lunch is served, same thing as yesterday if you're surprised.
Look at that view.
I'm gonna walk a little bit closer and enjoy our food. Lunch of champions, as Macy says. We've realized that the hike to the water's like 30 steps. So we'll take the chairs back before we do the rest, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. But we're just gonna sit here and ponder for a minute and chill.
Ponder. We're gonna ponder.
Ponder. Here's our view. I mean, we were right on the water. There's the canyon right there. It's beautiful. Up there, you can see people hiking. That's the trail. So we're not taking these chairs up that. We're gonna go return them first. But this is a vibe. Good ponder spot, if you will. All right, you guys, we dropped off the gosh, it's Professor Snape. We dropped off the chairs and we're back at it. So now we're actually going to do this hike and see what's up. I'm not sure how good the views are, but you actually get like into the canyon on the US side, and you never drop back down to the water, but I think it'll be kind of cool. So we'll see. We've got some dudes over here skipping rocks. I don't think they know, but they're actually in Mexico. So that's kind of crazy. You can get fined for that, but then again, I don't know who actually enforces that. It's tempting. I would love to cross and go into Mexico for 2 seconds, but I'm sure the fine's pretty steep. Starting to wish we would have brought our chairs, because down here it is pretty dope. Check this out. So we're right on the water. It's like this little gravel patch kind of into the trail. You're just straight up in this canyon, and it's sick. This goes both ways. Pretty dope hike if you come down here. We found ourselves a new ponder spot. I'm gonna sit out here and vibe, man.
I'm gonna go to that one, or that one's bigger, but this one may have a better view.
You like that overreaction?
I bet that Oregon guy hasn't pondered here before.
Where you at, Chris? Come ponder here. We're hiking back, and that's the Chizos in the background. We'll be there next couple of days. It's gonna be legit. So we're up at the lookout of this canyon, and there's another hour before the sun goes down. So we're trying to think of things we could do, because we want to see if there's a pretty sunset or not, because the sun goes down at 6. So we have so much time before we go to bed. And Macy had a good idea. We're gonna play some cards, and because I suck at cards, we're gonna play War, which is one of my favorite card games. It's so easy. So Macy's opening up this just cheap set of cards we have, and we're about to play War on the back of the truck. Update, guys. Me and Macy played our first round of War. We don't really know if we're playing it right, but we tied. We both have 20. Gosh, we both have 26 cards, and this car dude smoking weed, and they're
so
coughing
bad.
like crazy, and it smells terrible. So pardon my cough, but also it's gonna ruin my sunset over here. Well, it's the last view we're gonna get, because those people are blazing it up, and it smells so bad, dude. And they've already been here for like an hour or two. They were just hanging out at the overlook. So especially now that they're smoking, I don't think they're gonna leave anytime soon. So I think our sunset here is just gonna not happen. Boo. This is gonna be home sweet home for the night. Bathroom's right here. It's a basic little campsite, but what I'm most happy about is the sky view. Hoping that the clouds don't interfere with some good stars tonight. And maybe we'll get to stargaze a little bit tonight, unlike last night. Just about 6 p.m. and the tent's totally set up with a ladder. We're getting dinner set up over here. We're making the exact same thing every night this week. So once again, ramen, some little quesadillas, and I guess that's about it. Sky is starting to look pretty as well. And Macy's over here taking a leak. There's the view back over by the canyon, where we got pretty much kicked out of by the pot smokers. Would have been a pretty sunset, but that's okay. It's also pretty over here. Cooking with gas. This thing's frying up. Let's see how she looks. Oh, wow. Oh, my crap. Yay, that is crispy, baby.
Are you just getting the pan hot first?
Yeah, I'm heating it up. Look at that beautiful sky. Ooh, that's pretty. Once again, the sunset is getting even prettier. Camera is just not doing it justice for how orange and pink it is, but it's incredible. Dinner is served. Ramen once again. Got our quesadillas stacked up, ready to eat. Don't know how much of this you can see, if any, but there's not hardly any stars out. A lot of cloud coverage, and there's been times when the clouds come by and it's good. Not ideal tonight, maybe better tomorrow night. 7:25, we're gonna call it a night because it's dark as heck, and we're just gonna watch some TV. So, good night, we'll see y'all tomorrow.